Hello friends, welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for subscribing to my YouTube and Spotify channel. And those who have not subscribed, please do subscribe so that you don't miss out any of the interesting podcasts and also my guest interviews. So yes friends, today my topic is about the benefits of ragi and how to include ragi in the diet of the kids. So yes, because the color and the taste of ragi, usually kids do not prefer having it because the color is not so pleasing. So let's add something interesting into these ragi mixers so that it can be tasty and also healthy for the kids at the same time. So yes, before we start with the recipes of ragi, let me just give you a brief of how important and how nutritious ragi is. So we all know it is one type of a millet, and these days millets are also becoming very popular among everybody, mostly the elder people who are having issues of diabetes and all. They are and also those who want to have a control on their body weight, they're also preferring different types of millets. So yes, ragi is one among them, and it is very easily available. Either you can just buy the ragi raw, whatever is available, and then you can roast it and grind it into powder, or else to make your work more easy, we readily get the ragi powder in all the grocery shops, so we can easily get them. And it is very nutritious, and it helps kids to develop strong bones and teeth because it's very high in calcium and proteins. And again, it's very good for digestion because it has a lot of dietary fibers, carbohydrates, and then all the essential vitamins are present in this. And as I said, it also regulates sugar for elders, and it also prevents anemia if the kid is suffering from anemia, and if the kid has not proper weight. Okay, if you want the child to increase his body weight, then you can use the ragi with jaggery, okay, and add a lot of ghee in it so that it is tasty, and also you can increase the body weight of the child. And normally also, if the other kids also, with little less amount of jaggery and ghee we can give to all the kids. So usually when we talk about ragi, one thing that strikes everybody is it is very difficult to digest. So yes, it is not that difficult to digest and all, because we are having so many other things. So ragi, when given in proper quantity and at proper time, so usually things which are very difficult to digest, we should not give them after 7 o'clock in the evening. And also ragi should be included in the diet only when the child comes to almost 8 to 9 months of age. Yes, only after 9 months of age we should slowly start adding ragi in the diet. And as I've always said, please first test if the baby is liking ragi, and also if the baby is not having any allergies to this particular food item, because we never know, kids they may be allergic to some of the other products or anything that we have added. So yes, let's start our recipes. First, I'm going to tell some kind of porridge recipes which are mainly for babies of 8 months to 2 years old, but again, this can be taken by the older kids as well if they like it. Because why it is for babies? Because babies who do not have teeth, this is easy for them to swallow and digest it, because these are all liquid forms in the porridge formats. So yes, first one that we are going to see is ragi and curd porridge. Okay, again, curd is also very healthy. It is good for the gut health, and it also has vitamin C, vitamin A, so calcium and protein. All these are very good for the health. So in this, usually what we do is 1:2 we take the ratio of ragi and water. If you're taking 1.5 cups of water, you should add 3 spoons of ragi in it. And in normal water, first you have to mix ragi powder properly so that there are no lumps, and then you can slowly start cooking it in a pan, and you have to keep stirring it so that again it doesn't form any lumps anywhere or stick to the bottom of the pan. So you have to keep moving it, and also you should always cook it in a very low flame. Yes, so you have to see that once it becomes thick, okay, a little thicker in consistency, then you can add curd, how much ever you want. Not so much that the child doesn't understand if it is ragi porridge or a curd porridge. So you can just add maybe 2 or 3 spoons of curd and then mix evenly. And if the child is not liking curd, you can also replace it with jaggery powder. Yes, so because it's already hot, so you can just instantly add some jaggery powder, and then if you're adding jaggery, you can also add 1 or 2 spoons of ghee in it. So this is going to be very yummy, and the child will surely like it. So if the child is towards the sweeter side, if he's accepting the sweet taste better than more than the salty taste, then you can go for jaggery. Next, let's go for the vegetable porridge. This is also very easy, nothing much, but almost similar to how we prepare upmas. Okay, like with the vegetables, you can finely chop little onions, carrots, and maybe small pieces of beetroots, whichever vegetable the child is liking. Okay, so because it is above 8 months, so already the child might be taking the vegetables. You can saute these vegetables in ghee. You can add just some little amount of mustard and jeera, and you can saute all these vegetables, and then add this ragi and water mix. Okay, which we have made in the previous recipe also. You have to have this little amount of ragi powder in the water and mix it properly without lumps, and then add this water, ragi water, to these vegetables, and then add little amount of salt that you want, and then mix it till it becomes thick. In this, if you want, you can directly add boiled smashed vegetables also. Yes, you can just thicken this, boil this ragi water mixture, and then add the smashed vegetables, so that if the child is not eating, if the child is seeing the vegetables, so just to add the goodness of the vegetables, you can boil them nicely and smash it and mix it in this plain ragi porridge, and then add the required amount of salt. Or even it is good if you don't introduce salt and sugar to the child soon, so you can avoid salt and sugar. And then yes, a little bit of masala if you want to add. I'm not talking about the garam masalas or anything. It is just the masala of garlic. Yes, the garlic also gives a little tinge of the masala taste. Yes, you can always add a little bit of garlic and very little amount of ginger as well for the kids. So this salty masala porridge you can make by adding ghee and roasting little amount of mustard and jeera, and then you can add little amount of garlic cloves and little finely chopped garlic, and finely grated ginger you can add, and then immediately you can put the ragi and water mix and salt, how much ever you want, and then you can just cook it on low flame so that it thickens. So yes, these are some porridge recipes that you can make for the babies until 2 years. They will obviously like to eat because they don't have any work to do with the teeth, so they'll be easily swallowing and relishing the taste. So this can, as I told, this can also be given to the older kids also. So now let's come to the some special recipes for the older kids, particularly for older kids, because this has to be chewed properly. So first, and the basic and very easy thing to include ragi is through dosas. Yes, dosa batter, whichever the rice batter that you have, you can add how much ever amount of little bit of dosa batter, and the ragi powder you can directly mix it into the dosa batter. And normally whatever or however you prepare dosas, you can prepare that way. If you want, you can add chopped onions in this, coriander or green chilies, whatever you want. So similarly, this ragi powder can be added into besan. Yeah, we make the besan chila, the gram flour and little bit of ragi powder, ragi flour you can mix and make a dosa batter and put dosas for the child. Or you can mix ragi powder with suji and then make your dosas, or even you can mix it with the wheat flour also. Yes, so these are all the different combinations with which you can make dosas. Your normal dosa batter, your besan powder, or suji or wheat flour. And in this, whatever items you want to add, like you can add jeera, little bit of jeera, then salt, your chopped onions, coriander, chilies, yes, grated carrot, all these also you can add and put the normal dosa kind of things for the kids. Now next, what we can do is we can give ragi malt. So ragi malt is nothing but you have to take how much amount of milk that you want to give to the child, and then add this mixture, the ragi powder and the water mixture, to the milk and put it to boil. Yes, boil it properly on a very low flame, and then keep on mixing it till it thickens. Yes, lightly it will thicken, and then you can add jaggery powder in it, because if you are avoiding sugar to the kids, mostly it's good to avoid sugar. So you can add jaggery powder, and in that, if you want, if you wanted to, make it interesting for the child, you can add small pieces of badam, cashew. Yes, so that the child will enjoy it. So if they are roasted, the child will have that crunchiness in between, so they will enjoy this. And the next recipe is ragi laddu. So preparing for this, you need little bit of time. You can pre-plan and prepare these and store it. Maybe you can store it for a week maximum. Yes, so this is also very easy. You just have to roast 1 cup of ragi in 1 tablespoon of ghee. Roast the ragi powder nicely and keep it aside. Okay, so this also you have to roast it on a very low flame, and then again dry roast the dry fruits that whichever you want. Like you can add peanuts, cashew nuts, badam. Okay, you can just dry roast these and then grind them along with little bit of jaggery 1 or 2 cardamoms, and then even if you want you can add dry grapes, the kishmish you can add, and then grind them coarsely. That means it should be little particles size should be there, so that the laddus will be crispy and crunchy. Yes, and once this mixture is ready, you can add your roasted ragi powder in this, and then you can also add 2 tablespoons of sesame powder. Okay, 1 or 2 as per your choice, because these sesame seeds or your til that you say are also very good products for calcium in kids. Yes, you can add this, and then you can add some melted ghee, hot ghee you can add, and you can make laddus with this mixture. So this is also very healthy, so you can try all these recipes and see whichever your child likes. Maybe you can stick to that particular recipe, and at least weekly once you should include ragi in your child's diet, because as I mentioned previously, it is very, very healthy and a must in a child's diet. So yes friends, I hope you've got many ideas to include ragi in your child's diet. So yes, please do subscribe to my podcast channel so that you can get to hear many more such interesting and easy methods and healthy recipes for your kids. Bye. Thank you.